Hello everyone and welcome to Katharine's Creatures, and this is a series we're going to touch base upon and talk a little bit about various mythological creatures, beast beings and the like, pulled from lore worldwide. And I always like to preface by saying I'm not a linguist, so if I mispronounce anything along the way, I do apologize in advance. Now, I wanted to jump down and over, again, I'm living in the United States, over to Australia and talk about one of their creatures, and this one is the Yowie. Now, the Yowie has a huge variety of names, and I'll probably list a few, but there's a huge variety. But essentially, it's all the same concept of this creature, and it stems from Australian folklore, that's of this kind of entity that lives in the outback, and it's rooted in Aboriginal history from what we know. Now, some of these other words that refer to this, again, the same creature, are Quirkin, Jugabina, Jurawara, Wawi, Yahweh, Yimbra, Dulaga, and etc., etc. There's a lot of them, but it's all essentially the same or variations of the Yowie. Now, the Yowie is described as being this bipedal, hairy, ape-like being, which if you're from the United States, we think things like that of being akin to a Bigfoot, and but it's actually has some similarities in descriptions with, in the sense, again, being this very large ape-like humanoid-esque being, ranging from about a little over 2 meters tall to a little over 3.5 meters tall. So again, sizable being that walks around in the outback, and people have often discovered the footprints or the tracks of the Yowie. But it's interesting because there's such a wide range in the shapes and the number of toes that it's almost very inconsistent, so much so that someone else was writing and doing comparison of the Yowie and Bigfoot, saying when people talk about the Yowie and their tracks, it is so drastically different in the sense of the amount of deviation from one claim to the other than compared to even Bigfoot's foot size and shape, if that makes sense. They're also said, the Yowie is also said to have this very wide, flat nose upon its face, if you're fortunate enough to see it. And personality ranges, again, probably due to regional or just interaction with these claims, from being timid to shy all the way to violent and aggressive. So big mood swings for this creature. The word Yowie to describe this creature was first used in 1875, or documented that way, though there have been claimed sightings of this kind of creature as early as 1795, and they still occur even today out in the outback. So again, very Bigfoot-like in some regards. Now, if you have any questions about this or anything else, feel free to reach out to me on my comments down below or any of my social media. But that's really all I have about Australia's kind of version of the Bigfoot. And until next time, everyone, Skål.